Getting proper sleep is so important for our health. It is our body's chance to rest and recover. A poor night's sleep can have an impact on everything from immune function and hormones to inflammation levels and glucose tolerance. One peer-reviewed study done on metabolically healthy men had them sleep for just 4 hours a night. After only 6 nights, this lack of sleep resulted in otherwise healthy men showing symptoms of prediabetes on a glucose tolerance test. When they were able to catch up on sleep, their glucose tolerance returned to normal. Poor glucose tolerance means your body responds more dramatically to carbohydrates. And poor glucose tolerance is well known to be a risk factor for type 2 diabetes, obesity, and hypertension. And this is just one example of why we really need to prioritize our sleep for our overall health. But how can we do this? Let's get into 7 actionable steps you can take that will improve your sleep. Number 7, stop eating at least 3 hours before bed. We're starting off with this one because personally, I have noticed the biggest positive impact to my sleep and recovery when I apply it. Based on my Whoop, which is the device I use to track my sleep and recovery, eating within 2 hours of my bedtime leads to an 8% decrease, which is massive. When we eat right before we go to sleep, our body has to work to digest this food before it can begin to repair. This leads to it taking longer for our heart rate to stabilize and come down to resting. By eating your last meal at least 2, but ideally 3 hours before you plan to go to sleep, not only are you going to fall asleep faster, but you're going to get better recovery. Number 6, watch the sunrise. Sunlight is one of the main signals for our circadian clock. Our bodies are wired to be alert and energized during the day and calm and relaxed at night. When we get sun exposure in the morning, this signals our bodies to release hormones that energize us. And this also helps our bodies to tell when they need to release the hormones responsible for sleep later that evening. Going for a walk first thing in the morning, or even just sitting outside for a few minutes, can not only help you to sleep better, but it can also help you to feel more energized throughout the day. And limiting your light exposure after sunset is equally important. Because if we're exposed to light, and blue light specifically in the evening, our bodies become confused and think that it's still daytime. And this can keep us alert and make it difficult to fall asleep. Now, the easiest way to limit your light exposure in the evening is simply to wear a pair of blue light blocking glasses like this pair I have from Bon Charge. Another option is to switch some of the light bulbs in your house to red light bulbs, so these don't emit the wavelengths of light that will suppress melatonin and make it difficult to sleep. And these really simple tweaks can make such a difference for your sleep. Number 5 is don't drink. Now, this is one that a lot of people are not happy to hear about. I showed the impact that eating a late meal has on my recovery earlier in this video. And the only variable that is worse for my recovery is when I drink alcohol. While alcohol can make you feel sleepy and actually help you to fall asleep and get into deep sleep faster, it's definitely not ideal. So yes, it helps you to fall asleep quicker, but after a few hours, this effect wears off and you end up waking up. And while alcohol can help you to get more deep sleep, it decreases REM sleep, and it also increases your sleep disturbances. So if you're looking to improve your sleep quality, then even just one drink too close to bedtime can be counterproductive. Now, I do know that asking people to never drink is not always what people want to hear. So if you do know that you're gonna have one drink or maybe a couple of drinks, you can lessen the impact that it has on your sleep if you hydrate properly. And by this, I'm not just talking about drinking plain water. I'm talking about water with electrolytes. Alcohol dehydrates you, and with this fluid loss, you also lose electrolytes. And this is part of the reason why you might experience hangover symptoms. You might get a headache or feel lethargic. And this is why Sodi's everyday hydration salts are so great. They can help you to replenish electrolytes and stay hydrated if you do know you are going to be drinking. These hydration salts contain 3 key ingredients: sodium, potassium, and magnesium. And they don't have any added sugar or weird ingredients. And that's why I recommend Sodi over other electrolyte drinks and supplements. Most other options on the market are loaded with sugar and don't actually contain a decent dose of the electrolytes you need. Sip on Sodi with your drinks, and you're gonna offset some of those negative impacts that the alcohol is gonna have on your sleep. Not entirely, but somewhat. If you do wanna check out Sodi, you can head to hckait.com/Sodi. I'll put that in the description box down below. They ship worldwide. And if you do wanna save 15% off your order, make sure to use code KATE15 at checkout. The salty pineapple flavor is my current favorite. Number 4 is turn down the temperature. As we prepare for sleep, our body temperature decreases naturally. Based on our circadian rhythm, our temperature decreases at night and increases during the day. But if we're sleeping in an environment that's too hot or too cold, this can make it difficult to fall asleep. And this can also impact our sleep quality. Studies have shown that the ideal sleeping temperature is around 15 to 20 degrees Celsius, which is 60 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Number 3, set a cutoff time for caffeine consumption. This one is pretty self-explanatory. Caffeine stimulates activity in the brain and nervous system, which make us more alert. So consuming it too late in the day can make it difficult to sleep. Now, the cutoff time will be different for everyone. There is a genetic component to how quickly we metabolize caffeine. People who are fast metabolizers can drink it even just before bed and not see any impact to their sleep. However, some of us are also slow metabolizers, and drinking it even after noon can be risky. So figure out what works for you and act accordingly. Number 2, supplement inositol and magnesium. Inositol is a natural compound that has a lot of benefits. And for today's purpose, the one we're focusing on is it increases deep sleep. Inositol is found in some foods such as citrus fruit, but it is also isolated into a supplement. The main reason it helps to increase deep sleep is because it activates serotonin in the brain. Low serotonin has been linked with insomnia, and studies have shown that increasing serotonin can help. And then we have magnesium, which I feel like a lot of people know has a calming and relaxation effect. And it helps because magnesium is an electrolyte that plays a key role in the function of our nervous system. Now, the everyday hydration salt I mentioned from Sodi earlier does have magnesium in it as well. But if you want a specific magnesium supplement for sleep, I'm gonna link to some in the description box down below. And finally, number 1, consider mouth taping. This is one of my favorite hacks, if you will, although I do know that it sounds a bit crazy if you've never heard of it before. Mouth taping is exactly what it sounds like. You tape your mouth shut when you sleep. So for anyone who snores or sleeps with their mouth open, I cannot tell you the difference you're gonna see if you try mouth taping. By taping your mouth shut, you're forcing your body to breathe through your nose. And there are so many benefits to nasal breathing, which is what makes this strategy so powerful. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you found this video helpful. If you want to check out anything I mentioned in this video, including Sodi's everyday hydration salts, they will all be linked in the description box down below. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything I missed in this video that you have found really helps to improve your sleep quality. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.